walk you through how to facilitate the Officer Qualities Auction. The objective of the entire program is to get group engagement. This is going to be the first exercise for the team collectively. So there's a great opportunity to get the group to get cohesive. The other piece is you want to identify the officer's specific traits, characteristics that they value. You also want them to think about those traits in a different context and ultimately work towards the mastery of those skills that they value. So as a facilitator, you'll ask the group, specific to their office, what are the most important areas? You'll write them down on the list. You'll then use this list to have an auction. So taking the list, you will instruct a group to be divided into 3 teams. They'll have 5 minutes with which to plan the strategy, and what they're going to do is buy up to 3 traits. The team has $1,200 to spend, and each trait will start with an opening bid of $100. That's the ground rules. So what's your role as a facilitator? As a facilitator and the auctioneer, you have to have energy. You want to get the group going. This is, again, their first interaction. It's going to be the first time during the day, the first group session, but you want to make sure that you keep them motivated. You want to keep it moving. So if, for example, you start throwing some of these topics out and nobody's bidding on organized or any of the others, you'll pick one hot topic, one that you know is going to get the group to start bidding. You'll throw that one out on the table, and then you watch the way the group dynamics play out. You also want to remind them that this is the list of characteristics that they picked and they value. So you got to play that off. You want to make sure that the group is aware of what they're doing and how they're interacting. Ultimately, your goal is also to keep it on time. They've got 5 minutes to plan. You want to hold them to that time. And then with the auction, which will move relatively quick, you'll also want to do in about 5 minutes. This leaves lots of time for the group to debrief when you're finished. Your role of the auctioneer is to have a lot of energy. You want to keep the conversation moving. So if they're not picking a specific topic on the list in terms of bidding against it, find one that you know is going to spur the action and get them going. Once the momentum starts, you'll find the time will go very quickly, and your role as the facilitator is to make sure that they spend 5 minutes planning and about 5 minutes on the auction, so that allows the group all kinds of time to finish with the debrief.
So the final portion of this exercise is the debrief. In the debrief, we'll be discussing the what, the so what, and the now what. Just to kind of break down the what happened during the exercise and to get feedback from those involved. From the what, we're just going to be talking about what happened. What did the group do? What was their game plan going in? Did they stick to the game plan? How they decided on what traits were important. That kind of moves us into the so what. The so what is going to discuss why they thought some of the traits were important. Have they seen these traits in officers that have gone before them? What was the purpose of their kind of deciphering which ones were important or not? And then finally, we're moving into the now what. Now that we have decided on which traits were important, how does this fit into the job description of their specific officer role? How are they going to take these traits back to their role, back to their position, and incorporate them into the legacy that they're trying to leave as a consul, as a proconsul, as a magister?